Anyways.
Yeah, anyways, here we are. Greetings, another movie talk show here. I'm here, Joe Mayo, along with Tom Hunyadi again. Uh,
Hey.
we've been coming here usually on Wednesday nights, but because this week is different for me, I wanted to do it Tuesday night, and here we are. So again, I'm going to say from the beginning, I'm still going through this respiratory infection thing, which could mean nothing. Could mean that I just have to shut my camera and mic off to cough now and then, but otherwise, who knows? It could go well because it's getting better. I hope. So already we got people here and just general stuff, I guess. Worth it. I don't know if there's anything here. Well, I'll say the people: Patrick,
Yes,
Sweden.
John.
Oh, Chauncey Phillips. That's I think Chauncey Phillips. I think likes movies. I think, even though he's here basically to make a joke. Uh, and Mick 64, who says, and I guess I will highlight this. I see Gary has a new video up. Yeah, Gary has a
Yes.
2 or 3 new videos up. Haven't seen Gary in a long time. He was on some public show yesterday saying that he was very sick for a while, and he hasn't been making appearances anywhere. Hasn't made videos anywhere. So hopefully, he's welcome to come back if he happens to see this. I don't know, but can always
Yeah.
access the link. And that's where we're at with that. Howdy, howdy.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah, and Martin mentioned Basil Rathbone, Sherlock Holmes movies. Yes, I'm going to be talking a little bit about Basil Rathbone here in movies I've seen
Ah,
recently.
okay.
And I wondering why you asked that because one of the videos I did 2 takes of my video, and one of them I mentioned the Sherlock Holmes movies, and maybe the one I put up that you saw I did not mention Sherlock Holmes movies, so maybe that's why you're asking. I don't know, but all right. Well, Tom, let's see. Let's start with you, as we usually do now. You usually get new
All right.
stuff, and
Yeah.
did you get new stuff?
Yeah. I did pick up a couple things this week, and one is something that came out last week, but I picked it up this week. And it's a film called Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage. This came out last year.
Hmm.
So kind of looking forward to that. I do like Nick Cage. I know he had that span of like 10 years when he was just doing, straight to DVD films, but apparently he had some IRS issues. So he was just taking whatever job he could get. But I think he's back now to doing really good quality stuff. And then I've heard really good things about Dream Scenario. So looking forward to watching this one. Now, the second thing I got is I know it's got your favorite actor of all time. Okay, it's a 4 hour epic.
Oh,
Okay, and was did they usually air this on Easter Sunday or something like that,
well, it depends which
or
one.
because it's
Oh
Ten
yeah. Oh
Commandments.
my,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
different looking cover than the one I got.
yeah. So this is actually, is there a data or a year on here? I don't know if this is like a brand new um transfer or anything like that, but no, I'm not seeing anything. But anyways, no, but I haven't seen this in years. I did have this on DVD. I just never upgraded it to Blu-ray, and now I have.
Hmm.
And what I'm really looking forward to is there's a commentary on here, so I'm looking forward to listening to all 4 hours of that.
Oh
But
boy.
I'll yeah, let me open this up real quick and see here. Oops, well, wait, no, it's not opening. Come on, there we go.
Sometimes I hope
So
it's not one of those
yeah,
commentaries that just has like different
yeah.
segments.
No, I hope not either. But it's spread out on the two discs.
Hmm.
Being 4 hours long.
Hmm.
So that's quite understandable. So, like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen the Ten Commandments, and looking forward to so let it be written,
So let
so
it be
let it be
done.
done.
Oh boy! Look, I like the
Yeah,
movie. I like Charlton Heston, but I
yeah,
still say, to me that movie, although I grew up with it on TV every year and stuff, saw it in the
yeah,
theater
yeah.
twice. I saw it in the theater, and it's
Oh,
still
really?
kind of
Yeah.
hokey and corny to me. Some of it.
Yeah.
the way it's
Oh
written.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It absolutely. Well, I mean, it's the 50s. I mean,
Ben Hur's not.
you
It's
know,
hokey. It's the mill.
no, yeah, I agree with you 100%. But yeah, really looking forward to. But sometimes I hate when, the paper doesn't line up.
Oh, me too.
It's
Well, that's of
sticking
course.
out. You know what I mean?
That's a
It's kind of annoying. But uh,
it's a
but
collector's
anyways,
hazard.
that's what I've picked up. And things that I've watched, I mean, I've shown the Blu-ray. I haven't gone to the theater this week. I was really hoping to go last week, but I ended up just being lazy and
Uh,
didn't go. But there are a couple movies in the theater that I do want to see. And I'll get to them eventually. But not this week.
oh, do you have things to talk about that you've seen?
Well, I did watch the movie called The Trial last night. This was a Orson Welles film that was released by my favorite genre of film, the Criterion Collection, and
It's a in
um,
joke, inside joke.
it's an inside joke, but yeah, Orson Welles has more is mainly he's the director, but he's got a bit part. But it stars Anthony Hopkins, not Hopkins, Anthony Perkins, and
Perkins.
yeah, he just plays a man accused, and Monroe has a small bit in there. But again, with a lot of those Orson Welles films from the 50s and 60s, they're very much stylized. They're very much a lot of attention is paid to the shadowing, a lot of shadows, the great black and white cinematography, and that's what I really like about Orson Welles' films of the 50s and 60s, even into the 40s as well. Is the attention to detail,
Sure.
the richness of the black and white, and that really sets the pace or the mood of a lot of his films
Hmm.
then. But yeah, I mean, I watched that one, and I just looked at the now I'm forgetting what I watched, but that was
Oh,
the and we talked about the last week, the others,
yeah.
no Nicole Kidman. I watched that again, and man, I gotta tell you, every time I watch that, I tend to enjoy it a little bit more each time I see that one. It's a great little ghost,
Yeah, I don't
go
usually
good
like
ghost
ghost
story.
stories, but I
Yeah,
did see that in the movie theater, and I did
yeah,
remember liking it, and I did
mhm,
buy it, and well, something happened. That I think my ex gave
yeah.
away the movie or something.
Uh,
I never had it,
see, yeah,
but
yeah. I've got a
yeah,
strict rule. I don't know if you follow. I mean, I've got a strict rule. I
I
don't care
follow it.
who you are, family, no family. I am not loaning you a goddamn thing. If you want to watch it, you come here. You watch it with me, and it's staying here.
Yeah, no, I'm generally the
you
same
know.
way. I don't like lending things
Yeah,
out. I just don't.
yeah.
Things could be there could be accidents, mistakes,
Yes. Yeah.
forgetfulness.
Absolutely.
Oh, but I don't know
Yeah.
what happened with that. But she just maybe took it or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. That's a long time ago. But anyway,
Right.
I had seen that, and so anything else?
No, I mean, I'm looking forward to, seeing comments and questions from our viewers. But Joe, I mean, you've got a few things that you want to talk about, so
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to clear the. I don't want
yeah,
the questions to back up too much.
yeah,
We'll get to some of your
yeah.
comments and hopefully more. But then again, I'm thinking maybe sometime in the future we should actually save this till talking about the movies we've seen till midway through because people are not all
Mm-hmm.
here yet. All right,
Right, right.
but I'll talk about something. Well, first of all, um, I mean, I feel like because I've been sitting around and I've been sick for several days. Uh,
Mm,
that's why I've been watching a lot of things. And I'm trying to remember, like, is there any TV episode? Well, I'm working on my Abbott and Costello TV show. Trying to get all those episodes on. But
mm,
something happened that doesn't happen to me as often as it should. Uh, and when it comes to watching Turner Classic Movies, I mean, there's a channel with everything on it, and I very rarely like just say, "Hey, I'm going to watch this movie." It happened a few times, and it
mm,
happened again when I was sick. I don't know. Here's what happened. I don't. This is a movie that was on Turner. I don't own it or anything. I was going around the dials. Always say, "What's on TCM?" As soon as I put it on, I saw a very young Jane Fonda in
Mm,
color walking, and that already was interesting to look at. And walking around New York City, and I just got overwhelmed by New York and how the movie took was filmed in '63.
mm,
1963, and it looks the same. You know, when you see those buildings and you see the sidewalks in Central Park, and
right.
it all looks like the way it looks today. It's what's amazing to me. So because I
Uh-huh.
like the look of it, I stuck with it,
Right.
and I watched the whole thing. And I was towards the beginning because I don't usually, I don't really count
Yeah.
movies unless I see the whole thing. This was pretty much, maybe it was 5 or 10 minutes in. But anyway, it was called Sunday in New York, and
Mm,
what it turned out to be was a romantic comedy from '63. I can't stand the ones my girlfriend likes to watch, like from the 2000s. But this one I liked. It also had Rod Taylor in there, who I think I know from The Birds. And
mm,
I don't know. They meet on a New York bus. All usual kinds of comedy ensues, and then
right.
there's all kinds of stuff with she's supposed to be a virgin, and
Mm,
that was like funny, I guess, in '63 or whatever it was. And then it's just a comedy, and they wind up having a thing going. And then I don't know something about she has a boyfriend and mistakes Rod Taylor for Fonda's somebody's brother. He has to pretend he's her brother instead of a guy she just met on the bus. It's like a whole day's story, and it's crazy. But anyway, I have nothing else to say about it except that I watched the whole thing and I was surprised. It was okay.
mm,
It wasn't anything I'd see again. But well, I won't get too much. I won't get too much into that. But yeah, I noticed a lot of that in my mind. I'm like, things have changed a lot. Let's put it that way. Uh, I'll put a few things up here. I will loan out movies, books, and records, and never ever.
love it.
I have the same
Yeah.
rule. I never learned and
Or
loaned
probably loan.
anything
Yeah.
out either. In fact, my wife and I have to buy doubles of stuff. She can keep her stuff separately in a separate room. Crazy but true.
That's funny you say that because my ex-wife and I, we would, I would never put the movies that she would buy or I bought for her or whatever. I would never put it with my collection. It was always, she can have them, wherever she wants them, but they're not going with mine.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Mm,
New
yeah.
Omen movie coming out during a very ominous time between the Ides of March and a solar eclipse. I really
Mm,
have no interest in that. I mean, I'm tired of these with a lot of things prequels and more sequels. I don't know. Reboots. I've had it. I really
right.
have. If
Same.
somebody tells me it's really good, though, maybe I'll consider it. But you know, yeah, I never. I think I saw parts of
Yeah.
this.
I mean, that was on I think you could get that on DVD. It's hasn't been posted it to Blu-ray or anything like that. But that's like one of the few things of Burt Lancaster's that I've yet to see, being that
Wasn't
he's
there
my
something
second favorite
called
actor.
the Bible? That's not the same thing. I thought there was a movie or something called the Bible
Yeah, there was
ar-
a movie called The Bible. Yeah,
around that time.
but I don't think Burt Lancaster was in it. Yeah, yeah, I've heard about that too. And I mean, sometimes the director needs to, get under like Stanley Kubrick with Shelley Duvall. I mean, he pretty much terrorized her throughout the filming of that film, but ended up giving a spectacular performance, in my
And she
opinion.
was never
Uh,
the same
you know,
since.
yeah, yeah. So,
um,
yeah,
do I have to talk? I gotta just like, well, hello, Penny Lane.
yeah.
Uh,
Ears and
everybody,
eyes.
hello,
Mm,
anybody I missed, etc.
yeah.
Late night with the
Late night.
devil.
So this I am kind of curious about this film. I think I will go see it. Ironically enough, they said that this film on Sunday grossed $666,666, which I don't necessarily believe, but that's funny.
I remember I can see a picture now of some weird looking girl holding something to cover She Freak. But
Uh,
I've never seen it that I know.
Mm.
Oh, thanks very
Okay.
much, Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen, I'm guessing, maybe. A
I don't
huge
know,
fan.
but well, welcome and then thanks for the comment. Keep them coming.
Yeah. Um, let's talk about some other things I watched. I forgot to talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
another Night Gallery episode that I watched. I
Mm.
didn't talk about this here, Lynn. I couldn't have because I saw it Saturday. We didn't do a show. Anyway, I watched a couple more episodes. I'll make them as quick as I can. I feel like I've talked about this somewhere. I don't know if it was here, but I saw one where there's an actor, Jeff Corey, who's an older actor. You know, he was around for many years, and he's been in everything. He's a character actor. Anyway, and he was in the first episode. He plays a doctor that goes to visit another doctor who's found a way to take a young man and hypnotize him into showing signs of any body condition, state, or illness or disease he wants.
Mm.
And he hypnotizes him, and he gives him cues, usually some kind of amount of a knock code or something like that that will trigger on like an illness. And I don't think it was. I mean, it, it's really far fetched to begin with. So anyway, yeah, I'm looking at the comments at the same time. But anyway, what happens with the story is that he's able to simulate death or kill him. He gives him a code to die, and he dies, and then he can't bring. He gives him the code to bring him back, but he won't come back. He's dead. They called it the dead man. This story, so they have to. He
Mm.
eventually gets buried, and his girlfriend's hysterical, and they finally, through listening to the old experimental tapes, realize he gave him the wrong code to awaken. He never gave
Oh,
him the right
jeez.
code. He left out a knock or something. So the girl
Oh
hysterically
man.
runs to the crypt to give the thing, and you can figure the rest out. But that was pretty good.
Right.
That was one story. The other story was Larry Hagman himself,
Mm.
Tony Nelson, astronaut Nelson, plays another kind of scientist that wants to get this old cleaning lady. And the reason that he's trying to find a really old cleaning lady is he wants to find somebody with a good heart, good personality to transfer into his wife, who's gorgeous but a real bitch. So that's what he's
Mm.
trying to do: transfer personalities. And that was with two episodes or segments in one episode, I should say. That's what I can't stand when they
Ah.
do that. It's one episode but
Right.
two segments. Then I got a couple of movies to run through here fast. One of them was one I already made. I just made a video on this, and some of you may have seen it already. I'll go through it again. You can watch my new video on this. It's a movie called Love from a Stranger. Basil Rathbone. It's on the Alpha label, cheap company Alpha, which I got. This is from 2004. It's 20 years old. This DVD. The movie's
Is that
1937.
I wonder if that's a public domain
It
company.
is, but this is the thing. The
Yeah.
sad thing about this is I found out about this movie, 15, 20 years ago or something. I watched
Yeah.
it like three times or so. I really
Huh.
like this movie. I think it's a great, a forgotten, unknown kind of movie. But the thing is, I don't know if they have no good elements on this. This is a 16 millimeter. There's only a couple of copies around. It's on YouTube right now. If anybody wants to see it,
Mhm.
it's on YouTube. But the quality is not that good. It's a 16 millimeter, but you can watch it. It's just not what we're used to. It's not high def. But anyway, the story is that Basil Rathbone, who was directed here by Roland V. Lee, who would later go on to direct him in Son of Frankenstein. This was something they
Mm.
did first together. Plays a suave, debonair kind of guy who finds out that Anne Harding has won the
Mm.
lottery, and of course he worms his way into like a suave guy into her life and romances her, and they go travel the world and all this. And his goal is ultimately to get a small cottage way out of the way from everybody. Turns out he's a nut job of a serial killer who's already killed three wives, going to make
Oh,
her
jeez.
wife number four. And there's a book, the greatest unsolved mysteries, and he's in there. He's in
Yeah.
the book,
Oh,
and they haven't
wow.
ever found him. And it is a freaking. And the end of this, some people don't like old style acting from like the 30s
Mhm.
or anything. It the last 20 minutes is even if you go over to YouTube and watch the last half hour, if you're not going to watch the whole thing, is amazing with these two matching wits together at the end. And I looked up reviews of the day, and they were saying fantastic. acting, the two of them, today people might laugh because it's really like over the top, but I thought it's great. Love this movie. I really wish that there was a better copy of it. And another thing is, I got some Charlton Heston movies that I've never seen before. I think I saw this on VHS a long time ago. Mother
Mm.
Lode, the Mother Lode meaning gold. You know,
Okay.
it's got Frank Mancuso, Nick Mancuso, and Kim Basinger in here.
Kim
Uh,
Basinger. Okay.
yeah, so it's
Wow.
1982, and this
Mm.
film was written and produced by his son Fraser Heston, who makes his debut
Mm.
in the Ten Commandments as the infant
Ah.
Moses. They put him in the basket. That's his Charlton Heston's son in there. Anyway, Heston directed this. He directed, and his son wrote it and produced it. And about
Oh
this
wow.
time, in the 80s and early 90s, his son Fraser would be exclusively directing, working with him, sometimes directing Heston. But anyway, let's get to the movie itself. Not much, honestly. I didn't think it's great to see Heston. He's in the dual performance. He plays like
Mhm.
a Scotsman. He's a gold guy in the mines, and the axe scene there is a great. He has a fight with Kim Basinger with an axe, and it's a really good axe scene. But he plays a
Oh
good
wow.
brother and a bad brother. Two parts, maybe worth one view, but I don't think it was that great. I wasn't
How's
really like
his
thrilled with.
how's his Scottish accent?
Good. I thought it was good, although I put the subtitles on. I had to
Okay.
read. I had to read, but I don't know if you ever have this experience. This is just a DVD, I don't think it's
Mhm.
available. It's not available on Blu-ray. It may never be. But the thing
Mhm.
is, sometimes you ever notice it's the sound. It's just the way they do it. I don't know if you ever have that. The sound you can't. You should be able to hear it better in some words,
Mhm.
or how it's mastered or something. I don't think it's him. I just think it's the sound. Keep it making it a little louder and in places and
Mm.
lower. There's a good line. You stay the hell out of my mind, laddie. Picture him saying that. Anyways, but it was so, and there you go. So let's see if we got anything here. We're gonna go back. I gotta go
Gotta go
back.
back. Gotta go back.
Uh, oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna give The
Mm.
Shining another chance, definitely, because it never did much for me. I need another.
All right.
Yeah, we were talking about Gary before. What am I missing here?
Mm.
In relation to, I haven't. I haven't. I mean, I know some of the Monty Python bits.
Mm.
Uh, like Life of Brian. I know my girlfriend wants to see one of them is going to be in the theater. The theater we like to go to,
Yeah.
and she wants to see one of. I
Holy.
forget which one it is.
Yeah. Monty Python and the Holy Grail for me is tops. I mean, Life of Brian. Don't get me wrong. Life of Brian is great, but Holy Grail is just laugh out loud nonstop.
2 hours after that's dedication, boy.
So
Yeah,
then it's 2 a.m.
I wish we could do
Mm.
this earlier, but don't always work out. Named after Eddie Van Halen, but got a portrait of my idol John Lennon tattooed
Oh
on my
wow.
whole calf. I wouldn't
Nice.
get
Nice.
anybody tattooed on me, including John Lennon.
Come
But that's
on, man.
everybody's different.
I
Uh,
tell you the image of the drawing of Lennon on the Imagine John Lennon, the film and the record that I would get tattooed.
I might get the
I would.
Criterion logo, maybe. I just thought of
Well,
it.
let's see here. Like that?
Yeah, nobody's ever seen that before, have they?
Mm, mm,
Yeah, I'm sorry, I took this off.
mm.
66 film, The Bible in the Beginning with Difference. I think
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking of. Yeah,
right.
that's what I'm thinking of. Public domain is usually, well, it depends where it comes from, but it's just, as I say, that movie that I was showing, Love from a Stranger, I still would say take a look at it. But you could watch it. And what I did was to get the best quality. Believe it or not, I did something I would never do. I took the Judder control. Mine's called some of it called soap opera effect, which makes it look like a video. And I put it way the hell up, to 10, as high as it would go, because this was it wasn't great quality, and it did make it as clear as it could be. it didn't look like a soap opera because the film wasn't that good. I mean, just you know what I mean. It's a 16 millimeter, and it sucks that that's all. I looked all over for this. There's a couple of companies that put this out, but I think it's both the same source.
Hmm.
I don't think they can get it anywhere else. Uh, let's see now. Hello, Charles. There.
Hey there.
Just saw the Joan Crawford film Berserk. Yeah. William
Mm.
Castle. I must have seen it. I don't even. Do I
What
own it?
year was that? What year was that? Do you
I'm
know?
gonna guess it was 63 or something. I don't know, four.
Mm.
I'm gonna guess that.
Just the start of the her booze bucks period, I think.
Well, she was in Straight Jacket. What the heck year was Straight
Yeah,
Jacket? It was like
that was in the
62 or
late
something.
'66. Was it
I,
'67?
so I don't know exactly. Well,
Yeah,
look it up, somebody. I'm curious to know what these were, these
yeah,
years.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Come on, guys. You guys got to do the work too.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah. Yeah, and that movie I showed again, Love from a Stranger, was remade 10 years later in 1947. But
Mm,
Basil, I can't imagine anybody topping Basil Rathbone. Now I have to get some Basil Rathbone movies that I don't have. I want to get the Mark
mm,
Azzaro, and I saw that a long time ago. I'd like to get that. And I know he's in. I used to have it. I don't think I still have it. Adventures of Robin Hood. I think he's in there too. Who's
mm.
Criterion bashing? Well, I
Yeah,
do, but
I
I bet.
mean, somebody. Yeah, nobody with a Criterion
You
tattoo.
want to
That's
get a
for
close
sure.
up of that or no? People might not have seen
Why?
that. Why?
All
Because what's
right.
the point
Well,
of getting it?
yeah.
Oh, you got
All right.
a
So I
cutter there
can't.
or something.
I can't. Yeah. I mean, the way I got it twisted is, but
You got to love a
but I
good
can't.
company for that.
Yeah.
What is as a quarterback? Oh yeah, I just actually I have that. Yeah, that's why I like Heston because he does everything. I got him as a quarterback well, aging quarterback. In fact, I saw that on TV, caught the end of it, then I bought it on Blu-ray. Haven't watched the Blu-ray,
You said
but
an Asian quarterback?
no, as a quarterback in the
Oh,
movie
well, you
number
said
one.
aging or
Aging.
Asian?
Aging.
Oh,
Aging. God help me, this world. Yeah,
uh,
whatever became of Baby Jane, I've seen that several times. Yeah, and I saw it in the movie theater twice too. I mean, a lot of these
mm.
I've seen at revival theaters. Eventually, somebody's
I'm in
gonna.
a yeah. No, that's fine. I mean, I'm in a basement.
Yeah, it used to be the fan that people used to ask about.
Yeah. Mm,
Oh, what can you do? What can you do? Yeah, Alpha Video
yeah.
usually has lower quality scans, but often the only way to get a lot of films. Yeah, yeah. Street Jacket 64.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Think,
Meaning of Life. Yeah.
it's all that one's all right. I mean, I'm glad you like it, Patrick. But again, I'm Holy Grail. Thank you, Jen.
Uh, yeah. Just that I try to tell myself. See, I don't. It's still frustrating when like something's not good quality, but I try to tell myself, well, if that's all that exists, then I live with it
Yeah.
the best I can. I mean, I think, wow,
Yeah.
I'm lucky to be seeing it.
Yeah. I guess you got a point there. I mean, obviously, these public domain titles, they don't do any kind of restoration. They just take whatever they have and they just plop it on a VHS or a DVD, and that's
Well,
it.
not everything. I mean,
Yeah.
I have plenty of them in the horror genre that are
Yeah.
remastered
Right.
For Blu-ray. Depends what they are. I mean, I just wonder if who's gonna like be interested in this enough. Sometimes you'd be surprised, and was it boutique? Is that the word?
Yeah.
A
Boutique. Yeah.
boutique label will do it, but
Yeah.
like Shout Factory or something. I wish somebody would
Right.
search for elements on that. Uh,
Mm.
uh, the new Saw on Blu-ray. Would you say it's? I think the new Saw. I did a review on it. If you want to check it out, is the best of all the Saw movies, including the
Wow.
original. So if nobody's seen a Saw movie, and for any reason is, I'll try one. Try Saw 10 or Saw X. You don't really have to have seen the other ones really to watch it. So Yeah, I thought A Hard Day's Night look was good. Good quality release.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they did have some issues when they first released it. They had to correct some things for that initial run of A Hard Day's Night, but they corrected it, and but I'm glad you like it.
Would you call this sacrilege to say, and I to admit, it was on yesterday at 6:15 p.m. I knew it was on. I put it on. I watched
Yeah.
about 20 minutes. I said goodbye, and I shut it off because I'm just tired of it. And I just saw it on the big screen
I,
last year.
Big Green.
The big
No, I.
big screen. That's what I say, man. Big screen.
No, I don't think it is. I mean, look. I mean, how many times have you seen the movie?
No,
I mean,
I
come
seen
on.
it too. Wasn't into it
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
You know, I'd go along with that. Oh, oh, yeah, Berserk 67.
Hmm.
Mm. Oh, no arguments for me. Now there's an example where there are the blue. I have the DV, all the DVD films of Rathbone's Holmes, and the question is, do I get the Blu-ray set? I mean, I should, but I put everything.
How many did he do?
I think 14,
Hmm.
something like that. I used to get some of those dollar DVDs, and some of them look pretty good. Terror by Night's one of them. Sherlock
Yeah.
Holmes movies.
Well, hey, look. I mean, some of them. I mean, the at first they probably had good source material and they didn't need any
Well,
restoration.
some of
So I
those are
mean, that's good.
better than I've seen
Yeah.
some alphas that are better than others. You
Okay.
know, it's the movie. It's whatever
Yeah.
the print is that they use, not the
Yeah. Exactly.
company.
Right. Yeah.
I hate doing this because I know the worst decade of movies. No, 2000 to 2024, the whole 24 years. Uh, the 2000s, the 2010s, and the 2020s. But
Uh,
no, I really don't know. How could you say the best? I like something from all of them. I like 30s, I like 40s, 50s, 60s,
yeah.
70s, 80s. I like something in all of them.
I
Um,
think for me, the 70s and 90s are the best decades.
yeah, a lot of people do say 70s. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you finally, because come at the end of the '60s, then we were finally, studios were finally free of the handcuffs of the MPAA. Is that how MPAA, whatever rating system or whatever it was, whatever it was? They were
Hmm.
able to start getting away with more stuff.
Yeah. The, the
Yeah, yeah,
the code.
yeah.
Has anyone seen? I've never seen it. Scarlet Pimpernel. Never seen it.
No, no, I haven't seen that one. I missed that one.
Yeah, I remember seeing My Man Godfrey back when I was on my watch everything phase.
Fantastic film.
Yeah, and
Fantastic
I
film.
did like it.
Yeah.
What is he? He's a bum or something, and they try to make him
Well, yeah, yeah,
dignified.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Criterion did a great restoration for My Man Godfrey, and I think that's just one of the best films ever.
I've
I
never
will.
seen this all the way
Yeah,
through, but I've seen clips of it as well, and I am curious. I am.
yeah,
The only thing I got out of it, because the premise is so sick and disgusting that
yeah,
I was curious. It's like a traffic accident or anything else, and the only thing I could say about it is the doctor was good and nuts. I like nutty mad doctors in these movies.
yeah.
Uh,
I've got no interest in seeing any of the Human Centipede films ever.
yep. I know you love it.
Mm.
Help me, Lord. Yeah.
All right,
Rathbone
cool.
was good at
Yeah.
fencing. Yeah. And what about Mark Azzaro? I saw Mark Azzaro once. He was in there and fencing in
Mm.
there as well. Yeah. Well,
Disagree with you. Disagree 100%. Listen, the 2020s have brought some excellent films so far. You just
well, I,
have to go see them. Go see them, and you'll say to yourself, "Oh, I was wrong."
well, I think from some of the movies I've seen, the 2020 movies are
Yeah,
better than 2010s that I've seen. Maybe
yeah.
But to me, it's all one mess. One big mess. Nothing changes. 50s to the 70s were the best. What about Arthur? Arthur was 81 though.
Yeah, but as a
Leslie Howard.
decade as a whole, you know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Sherlock Holmes. Again, you talk that they say that those films with Rathbone, they made it take place in like the World War II era. It started out in the 1800s with the Hound of the Baskervilles and the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and then later on they made it take place in the modern era, the 40s, which I was fine
Mm.
with. You know.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, it's the other way
Yeah.
around. He
Yeah.
lives like a hobo, not the other way around. Well, I thought it was the other way around. I don't remember. It's been a long time, but I know I liked it. Uh, I liked the 70s, but all those great gothic horror films by Hammer Amicus were done by the mid 70s. Yeah, I like those too, those films. I don't know what the last one was exactly, but it was 75 or 6, something like that. Human Centipede became a series. I don't remember. Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, more than
Oh,
one movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
More than one. Yeah.
I thought you meant TV series. I was going.
Mm.
Uh,
I don't know.
the Rathbone Holmes restorations financed by Hugh Hefner. I think he donated 10 million. Yeah, I don't know what I'm waiting for getting those.
Mm.
If they look really good, especially. But again, I don't. I watched all of them one time. Again, I probably got them 20 years ago. Watched them once, never
Mm.
watched them again. That's what I'm facing now in my mind with a lot of things. The reality's hitting me. So, Blood Vessel likes the 20s. I mean, I love I love what they were able to do in some of those early films, effects and things like that. Oh, that's
Mm.
good. Oh, that's comforting to know, Peter. Well, that's one of my
Uh,
personal favorites.
hey,
Just got to see it on the big screen again.
can't go wrong with American Graffiti.
You said decades as a whole. I have
Mm.
loads of exceptions outside of those, author included.
Mm.
My personal favorite decade, if I can only pick one, is always going to be the 60s, though.
Oof.
I have a hard time. I
Yeah.
really can't pick. I like different decades so much, but I don't want to sound like somebody else. I couldn't pick favorite Beatles songs. Oh, yeah, yeah. I saw. If you look around on YouTube, there's a lot of interesting stuff like that. Yeah, interviews that things you didn't know with these old actors. Sometimes they crop up. Yeah, and TCM. I really again I've had that for years, and I very rarely just like sit down to watch something.
Oh,
One of
I
you know
loved. I was a huge TCM junkie, and AMC in those early AMC. I mean,
yeah
they were just like TCM, where they showed just a lot of great films.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah. The first two Rathbone films were done at 20th Century Fox. Then later they went to Universal to take place in the 40s. And I think when I went through them all, I think one of my favorites was actually the Scarlet Claw. Uh,
Mm.
Sherlock Holmes and the Spider Woman, and the Scarlet Claw. Two of my favorite ones. International Velvet, and not National Velvet.
So Val, okay, I got you now. Okay, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, Theater of Blood is an interesting movie for Vincent Price. He's an actor who kills all his critics by dressing up as different movie roles. And I haven't seen it in a while. It's back there. Mm. Yeah, I know that does happen. Uh, what's one
Yeah.
of the movies that I saw that time? Like one of the times I said, okay, I'm going to settle in and watch this. I think was The Fortune Cookie. It
Mm.
just was coming on. I said, let me see this, and I liked that too. That was one that I just sat through and I liked it.
Right. Right.
Um, let's see. Yeah, the name of this Beetlejuice sequel is going to be Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it actually. I'm glad when Winona Ryder came back for it. Catherine O'Hara is reprising her role. I mean, I mean, I would have it would been cool to see Gina Davis in it, but then again, the other guy who was in the original, I mean, I guess he wouldn't be in it with all the issues that he's having right now, legal issues he's dealing with right now from the filming that from a couple years ago. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, just for nostalgia reasons. I mean, again, you know what? A lot of these sequels from movies from the 80s and 90s, I mean, a lot of them are flopping at the box office. I mean, we're in a whole nother time where, especially, the people that they're targeting is people like my age, the Gen Xers. Um, and they're hoping that they take their kids to see these films. But I mean, I have hopes for it. But Tim Burton, I mean, his track record hasn't been great lately.
Yeah, and I'm ashamed that I always have to say that when this comes up,
Yeah.
that I've never seen Beetlejuice.
Yeah. But again, I mean, it's just I hope he can return to form and
Oh
make a good
man.
movie and yeah, and make a good movie.
And so I'd want to see the first one before I saw it. And considering that I like Michael Keaton, considering
Yeah.
that I thought Winona Ryder was hot in the earlier days, and
Right.
considering that Tim Burton before he pissed me off with Planet of the Apes, um, I like
Yeah.
Batman and stuff. I really wish I had seen that, but
Yeah.
it's always time. And this one I wish I'd seen too because I bought this from Amazon and never
Yeah.
watched it. I've never seen Metropolis. I think I got the one you're talking about,
Right.
Keto, and it was
Yeah.
shown at my theater with
Yeah.
organ accompaniment, and I didn't see it last year.
Really. Yeah.
Yeah, before AMC got lousy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, there you go.
Oh wow. Okay.
30 Days of Oscar was
Yeah.
fantastic this year.
Yeah. ANC is slipping. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um. At least I could say I saw that. You're asking
Oh.
him, but I'll answer afterwards.
Yeah. No. Listen, I adore Harvey. I think it's one of Jimmy Stewart's. I don't know if I would say it's one of his better performances, even though I think he was nominated for Best Actor for that film. But I adore Harvey. I think it's great, and I think Joe, like I said, Joe, I think seen it, and he'll give his opinion
Well,
on
I
it.
think I can tell you that. Well, I always got a little story, but
Yeah,
so my girlfriend and I are going to have our anniversary soon, so 13 years.
yeah,
And when I first got together with her at the apartment that she had, I spent Easter over there with her on Easter Sunday, and
mm,
she had that movie, and I watched it.
mm,
So it's been 13 years, our first Easter. So anyway,
okay,
and yeah, I remember again. Do I remember everything about it from 13 years?
mm,
No, but I remember liking it.
right,
And yeah, I always mention this anytime it comes up. This is one of my all-time favorite movies.
yeah, yeah.
Marty, I have a DVD. I want the Blu-ray, but sometimes you look. I think I looked for that, and I think it's one of those that's expensive. Like sometimes there's a movie,
It's out of print now. I think Kino released the last Blu-ray of that, and I think it's out of print now, probably.
you know. Yeah,
You
the
know?
Tingler is okay. I don't love Vincent Price. I say that all the time. I feel it's sacrilege. I like Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, all better than Vincent Price. But I respect Vincent Price. I do. Okay. Are you going to Chiller this year? May go for Lita Ford. Yeah, if everything goes good, if I'm healthy enough, it should be okay by April 27th. I hope. But the thing is, yeah. Well, the problem is, if you can call it a problem, there's a lot of people I want to see this year. I usually don't go because I don't care. This time, I can't even begin to think of the people. First of all, there's William Shatner. I've never seen
Yeah.
William Shatner. I've been impressed watching him on interviews lately. Turned 93. He seems like he's like
Yeah,
73.
93. Unbelievable. Just went
You
into
know,
space a couple 2 years. Was it 2 years ago now? He just went
yeah,
into
something
space.
like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know where to begin. And there's all these other people in there scattered through. I keep talking about Griffin Dunn and
Mm,
Roseanne Arquette from After Hours. I like that movie so much.
right.
And then there's other people scattered all through, not just them. But then I found out Lita Ford. Now I already met Lita Ford at Chiller, and I got an autograph on an album. I'd like to get another autograph and a photo this time of her,
Mm.
with her. So in other words, yeah, and there's other people too.
Got the greatest American hero there. You know.
Oh, there's so well. All I know is the list of people getting more and more insane of people that I'd want to see there, and they're all going to
Mhm.
cost. I don't know how much Shatner's going to
Oh,
charge.
Shatner's probably gonna you're gonna have to probably drop a bill to
Look,
get his autograph,
where's
you know?
Danny? Where's Danny? I drop. I At this point, I don't care what anybody. I drop a bill to get
Yeah.
Shatner's autograph and a photo with him.
He's gonna
Guy's
have
an
the
icon.
longest line, I bet you. I bet you he'll
Yeah,
have
it's
the
going to be a
longest line
nightmare.
too.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's going to be a nightmare. He's only there Saturday. It's going to be out the door. I'll spend the whole day online,
yeah,
and then I have no time
yeah,
for
yeah.
anybody. I gotta pace myself here. I don't have no time.
Everyone has a choice.
No, it's not about that. It's about how I'm feeling.
Uh, uh,
It seems like we cover this every single week.
yeah.
You know, I have.
Yes,
They're okay.
yes.
I don't know. I haven't seen them all completely. Just
The original's the best.
uh, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, this one, right. Yeah, yeah, I remember that too. But the funny thing I remember about it is, how do you disguise him? Because you know, sure, Basil Rathbone's face looks like a disguise to begin with. Like when you disguise yourself, you disguise yourself to look like Basil Rathbone. Like how do you? Has anyone seen the Judas Project? It's probably the
Mm-mm.
worst film I've ever seen in the theater. No, I don't know it. They remade Roadhouse. No.
Yeah, yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal, Conor McGregor. Um,
Oh,
listen. I mean, remakes have been, as we all know, remakes have been going on since the beginning of the film business.
yeah, I know. I
So
don't buy. I don't
yeah,
always.
yeah,
If we can get a little
yeah,
discussion about that, because I've
yeah,
heard. I used to
yeah,
like argue this stuff on websites with people. And whenever I put down
yeah,
modern remakes, they'd say things like, "Well, you love Frankenstein with Karloff. That's a
uh,
remake." And I'd say, "I don't consider remaking the 1910 Edison Frankenstein." You know, or they'd say like, "You
yeah,
love Ben Hur. That was a silent. That's a
yeah.
remake." I'm like, "Well,
Okay,
it's
well,
different."
yeah. But even if you cancel out the silent era, remakes have been, going
Well,
since
yeah,
way
I
back
know,
when too.
but you know when
Yeah.
something's just wrong. If they're going to remake Jaws, you say, there's just certain
Yes,
movies
yes.
or
There
Taxi
are some.
Driver.
Right, exactly. There are
You know,
certain movies you just shouldn't touch.
you know what I mean?
Now, in the case of Roadhouse, I could give two shits if
Oh
they
yeah,
make it,
Roadhouse.
if they remake it five more times.
By the way, Kramer versus
Yeah,
Kramer. Yeah, I like that
yeah.
movie, and but your first boob scene on the big screen. Uh,
I love it.
I heard some story I didn't know. Meryl Streep told a story that Dustin Hoffman smacked her in the face or something,
Oh,
real
really?
hard to get her to act or something, and she was,
Mm,
like those days. I mean, I'll tell you that. I'm not. That's again, it's not right, but don't try that today.
no.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
oh, the bad. I've seen this too at some point.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I mean, what's it? 3 years ago now, or whenever it was the 100th anniversary of Nosferatu. I went to a screening of, and they had a live score going on at the same time, and it was just a great experience.
yeah. I skipped
Fantastic
that too. You
experience.
believe it?
Yeah.
We all these what
Well.
this
Yeah.
theater. I have to get to the
Yeah.
theater more. Join the
Yeah.
membership because I keep
Right.
dropping full price. But
Gotcha.
now, were you asking Beetle Babe or are you asking all of us?
I think he was asking the babe.
Because I have not seen it. Well, address who you're talking to so I know.
Mm,
Always liked. I remember Count
mm,
Floyd. Yeah, the comedy thing.
yeah. I
Monster
was
Chiller
for
horror
a little
theater.
while there. I was watching SC. You can watch SCTV on YouTube, and for a while there, I was watching a bunch of the episodes there, and there's some good bits there.
I will not do more than 100. I think 100's
Yeah.
outrageous enough. The guy doesn't need to charge anything, you know. But be that as it may, legend or no legend, I'm not paying. I have my limits.
Yeah.
Well, for him, that's my
I
limit.
you know I wouldn't pay $100 for a Shatner autograph, but you know it'd be cool to
Hey,
be
this
up
is a
close
man
to
who
him.
pays
You know.
$100 for certain McCartney records. but that's what I'm saying. It depends what you think. Pick your poison.
Exactly. That's right.
Like
That's right.
I
Absolutely.
would pay. Okay, you ready for it, everybody? If somebody said even Ringo will take because it's not Paul, you know. If they
Right.
said, okay, Ringo's going to do a meet and greet. You get to go.
Yeah.
You get to go backstage. Say, hey, real quick. You go back. Ringo, hey, Ringo, peace of love, right? So like that. Take a picture
Right.
like that. Like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'd go up to 2 grand.
Yeah.
I'd go to my stash for my future and take out 2 grand out of it. Nobody has to understand. It's worth it to me. What can I tell you?
Future. How much more of a future do you?
I don't have much. I don't have much. You're inching up there too, buddy boy. Let me tell you. But
Oh, 51 soon next month.
oh boy,
Shit.
you're getting old, man. You're getting
Yeah.
old.
Damn.
Uh, okay, Christian. Yeah, sorry. You know, maybe we can
Yeah.
find a way to go earlier some days. I don't know.
Maybe we can try 8 o'clock.
Well,
Oh,
the
by the way, next week I don't think I'll be able to. Well, never mind. We'll
no,
worry
just
about
let
that
me know.
later.
Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we can't do it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I still may do it on my own. But it won't be as much fun.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
you know. But what was I going to say? Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes we can make other time. Let's play it by ear. Let's see what happens. I haven't seen any of the Jeremy Brett ones. No. No one can replace Rathbone. Well, did you know that Charlton Heston played Sherlock Holmes? Huh? Yeah.
Hey.
In
Huh?
1990. Jeez. A really old Sherlock Holmes.
That's an old Sherlock right there.
Yeah. Now you see this? See what I mean? I have the Adventures of Captain Marvel, Superman, and Batman serial. Haven't watched them.
Right.
Like everything else I own. I have them. I never know how to watch them. In other words, I want to binge watch them, but the idea is supposed to be you watch one before a movie, like one a week or something, like they used to
Hmm.
do. See what happens next week. So I don't really know, but the Adventures of Captain Marvel is supposed to be the best serial or one of the best ones, and I
Right.
have it. Saw the Truman Show for the first time. Crazy how YouTube and reality TV have evolved to mirror something like that. Since I discovered the Truman Show, I tell you that every time it comes up when I was a boy, I thought, wouldn't it be funny?
Yeah.
I was going to mail a letter, I think, and I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if like I had this image of like they had like a TV camera on me all day, everything I do 24/7. Wouldn't that be
Right.
cool? You know.
Yeah.
My friend Flicka and son of Flicka. You know, I really should. I mean, but again, I ain't 20 anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, what do I want to spend my time with for the
Uh,
till I'm not eating applesauce, being fed applesauce and
yeah.
drooling? You know, you gotta really. And Chauncey Phillips comes on here, and every once in a while he gives lines from Our Gang comedies. That's what he's doing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And like I say, you know,
Yeah.
when I look at Ringo, and even Ringo used to be number 1 for that. Now Bill Shatner's number
Yeah.
one for that. There's
You should
hope.
start doing jumping jacks. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
Bill. I
sure.
mean,
Right now, the way I feel talking is making me out of breath.
yeah.
But that's because I'm sick, folks. Not
Yeah.
because of anything else. But um, I haven't seen that in ages, so I don't know. But it
It,
would hold. Go ahead. You say first.
oh, it absolutely holds up because take out the music. You can put this film in any decade. Okay, it's not the music that's important for me. I mean, yes, he's passionate about dancing, right? But it's the other stories, right? I mean, here he is. He's a young kid just getting out of school. He's got his buddies, and he's learning about love. He's learning about what he wants to do with his life. I mean, you could put that particular story in any kind of setup, whether if he's interested in dancing or whether he's interested in archaeology or architecture. I mean, it doesn't matter what his passion is. Yes, his passion is dancing, but it's also the life lessons he's learning throughout with relationships and sex and friends and all of that stuff. It's
This is
that's
true.
the story. That's the story.
That's the
It's
story.
not the music. It's not the music. Yes, the music's his passion and dancing, but it's the story inside
That's
the
the
story.
story. All right,
Yes,
already. I get you. I wish my signals
yes,
here, but
yeah,
because I'm trying, but I
mm,
agree with Tom on that. I think that's brilliant. However, I have a different answer, although I do agree with your
uh,
answer as well. It's a period piece. The movie takes place circa 1977. When you watch a movie, that's the time you're in, not 2024. It's 1977. When you watch a western, you don't say, "Boy, this don't hold up. It don't feel like the 1880s no more." That's how I look at biblical movies.
yeah,
Everything takes place when it takes place. So I say the disco music, all of it is of that time. But I know what you mean. The general themes of it and what he's trying
right.
to accomplish and everything that could be any time. Get smacked in the head and
Yes,
all this
yeah.
stuff. Justice League, the Snyder cut.
All
You
right.
tell me.
Yeah, so that Justice League movie that came out, what, 10 years ago or so, it was, the main director left the project. They brought in another director, and it wasn't really what his vision was. So a few years later, the Warner Brothers let the original director go back in and make his version of what he intended the film to be, and it's ended up being like a 4-hour film. And I think it is a better film.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know. I don't know it, but Chubby imitating romance movies. Hear the
Mm,
pleas in my whispers, and his sister answers, "Darling, I hear the fleas in your whiskers."
right.
Chubby looks at camera like Oliver Hardy. Yeah. Oh, oh, now Joe, you sound great. Ha ha ha. You must be well on the mend. I am. No, no, seriously. I gotta force myself to. Oh, I get dizzy. I gotta force myself to cough now a little. So yeah, I am better. Thank you. Getting better, not all better, but I'm getting better. But I'm struggling a little. A good movie should make you feel like you're in the time it occurs in. This is true.
Yeah.
Thinking of
But
Ben Hur
also
music.
good movie stands the test of time too, and it really doesn't matter.
Learn that poem. Learn that poem. Learn it. Learn it.
Mm.
You gotta see. You have to see all of those, man. Everybody grew up knows those. Favorite soundtrack. Let's.
Clockwork Orange.
Oh, do you mean like incidental music or songs like American Graffiti songs? Or because it was incidental music. The Omega Man, Planet of the Apes, Jaws, Westworld.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, see, I've never had any desire to see Staying Alive.
It's Sylvester Stallone directs it. It's terrible. It is terrible. Yeah. Yeah. But but then again, I mean, he achieved his goal. I mean, he was the star of the show. I mean, it's a bad movie, yeah, but again, he succeeded. He succeeded, even though it's a bad film.
Yeah, Way Out West. Way Out West is a Laurel and Hardy comedy and a good one. Yeah, absolutely. There he is, Apple Pits. Where you
Hey,
been?
what's up, Pitts? Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah, yeah.
Favorite
That's
film of
that's
all
just a,
time?
yeah.
Tom
Yes, I
Hyundai.
love. Yes, I love the Watchmen. I think it's a
Yeah.
great. I mean, that's the same director that did the Justice League.
Oh,
And he did the movie 300. I don't know if you ever seen the movie 300,
no,
Joe.
no, I have not. But we have
But
a
no,
down moment here. So,
yeah.
oh boy, take a little bow.
Uh,
Take a
uh.
little bow. Yeah, yeah.
Chauncey, Chauncey, listen, man. I'll argue with you on this all day long. Look, the movie is terrible. Yeah, the play is terrible, but he succeeded because he was the star of the musical. Okay. I mean, if the movie was good, then we wouldn't be saying this. But the fact is, the movie is bad. Yes. However, he did succeed.
There you go. You first,
Not
Tom.
movie question. You guys ever? You guys have Jersey Mike's today. No, Monday. I generally save the Jersey Mike's to Monday, as that's my day off, one of my days off, and I like to start the week off with a giant original Italian, not Mike's way. Screw Mike's way. I can't stand Mike's way.
I thought you had it
I gotta
Mike's
have
way
a no, hell no. It's my way.
with
It's
the
my
juice and
way.
everything.
No, forget the oil and
Oh,
vinegar.
I
I mean,
always
come
have the
on.
oil and vinegar.
No, 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 no. Heavy mayo and bacon and
No bacon.
and the banana peppers. Oh,
All right.
damn it! Now
Well,
I want a Jersey Mike.
you see what you did? Well, I wound up. I
Yeah.
was going to have Jersey Mike's today, but instead I went to the bearded lady at the Italian deli, the bearded old lady. Actually, I didn't go.
Uh,
My girlfriend went in for
mhm,
me. I sat in the car because of my problems,
yeah.
And and I got you ready for this? A liverwurst hero. Okay, I
Yeah.
had that.
Yeah.
So sort of, but yeah, I can't take it anymore. Watching this guy every time he has a sandwich, he sends me a copy of. Well, I send you two when I had one.
Yeah. You send me pictures of the food you eat too, but
Yeah, which is
yeah.
now I send you
Mm,
salads, right? No, no,
yeah.
but but I have.
Yeah. 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 I love that shirt too, Eric. Glad I have that one.
Yeah, see, I could talk circles around these guys when I talking
Yeah.
about like the Bowery Boys. There's 48 of those. Well, there's more than 48.
Mm,
Depends. There's 48 Bowery Boys, but then there's Dead End Kids, East Side Kids. There's different
right.
incarnations. I didn't see Quiz Show.
Yeah. Yeah, Quiz Show was great. Robert Redford directed that. Was nominated for a bunch of stuff. But yeah, Ray Fiennes is fantastic in that
Hey,
film.
Chauncey Phillips, keep putting comments like that up about Little Rascals and stuff, and I'll keep on deleting them, like the one you did earlier today. Don't look at me; I don't make the rules. Uh, I always, well, it's not we're talking about something. This is not the morning show. This is not the goofy show. This is a serious show. But it's not your fault, Apple Pits,
Mm,
because we started
yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my great grandmother, Virginia Mayo. I bet you didn't know that. Yep, absolutely. And the director Archie Mayo was
Yeah.
my grandfather.
Mm.
Hi guys, Chauncey Phillips here with another DVD Blu-ray shopping video for you guys today. We're gonna go in and see what comes out, what's on sale. Okay, into Target we go.
Hmm. Actually, it's funny because we had I'm from Michigan originally, lived here a lot of years. And there's a basketball player on there used to be a basketball player on the Detroit Pistons named Chauncey Billups, who played in the 2000s for the Pistons. So every time I see Chauncey Phillips, I keep thinking he's the basketball player, which I'm sure he's not.
And guess what, Eric? You still don't know that because that was just a lie. I have
Mm.
no relation to those people. By the way, I sent Tom an Archie Bunker clip, and
Oh
he did
yeah,
not
that's right.
respond. So I can only take from that.
I
Oh,
did not.
he wasn't
Yeah.
amused.
I honestly, you sent it to me at the wrong time.
Oh.
That's why, and I just hadn't watched it. I saw that you sent it, but I was busy doing other things, and
Oh,
so forgot
yeah.
all about it.
I didn't know if you
Yeah.
thought, oh, gee, that's not funny. I hope he wasn't too sensitive
No,
for
no,
you.
no, no, no. Oh,
And it wasn't
geez.
related to you being a cook either,
Yeah.
by the way. It just,
Oh, really? Okay.
no.
Well, I'll make sure I watch it after we're done here.
By the way, any more odd couples?
No, unfortunately not. Oh,
Better to be honest.
yes.
That's funny. Have you ever seen one of Sean C. Phillips' movies? P.U. No, I never have. One of you don't know the deal with this guy, do you, Tom?
No, like I said, I thought he was the basketball player for
No, no.
the.
That's not. There's a guy. There's a guy that has a movie channel. He was a heavy guy, a heavy young guy that lost like 300 pounds or something. And his
Mm,
name is Sean C. Letter C. Phillips.
mm,
So everybody thought because he talks really quickly. He always starts his
Mm.
videos by saying, "Hi, everybody, Sean C. Phillips here to talk about it," like this, and it sounds like he's saying Sean C. Phillips instead of Sean C.
Sean
Phillips.
C.
So
Gotcha.
this guy's like
Yeah.
making fun of that, and he goes, "There he is.
Mm.
You ever see one of Sean C. Phillips movies? Pu." He became then he lost weight. He used to play the fat guy
Mm.
in all these movies, the fat character when he was like
Okay.
400 pounds. Now he's like 200 pounds or 190 or something.
Oh, wow. Good
So
for
he
him.
play. Oh, he's got amazing videos of him losing it. But then again, the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna get. I know you trolls could go jump in a lake. Okay, there's believe me, things get different when you're 60 compared to when you're
The
30.
thing with the thing when you're that big and then you drop that much, the sucky thing about is all the leftover skin that you have, you know.
Yeah, so I hear.
Yeah.
There's a little skin. I don't know yet. Used cars. Anybody seen how
Yeah.
many? No,
Yeah,
I don't. What
I watched it late last year.
the hell
I
is that?
picked it up. Shout Factory. No, yeah, Shout Factory released used cars.
Oh, used cars.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, I heard
I like it.
there's so many movies. Man, it sucks to think like even if I tried to watch every movie ever made, it would never happen at this
You
point.
would you would not no one would ever be able to watch every
This
movie
is
ever made.
true.
Even if every movie ever made was available to watch, you would never you'd go insane. I don't care how passionate you are about films. You would eventually go
Well,
insane.
that's why I say, people don't realize, I want to pick whatever it may be. We're talking about films here. What it is
Right.
that for whatever reason gravitates towards me. Like the other, I just thought of something I meant to say before.
Mm.
Like John Wayne. I've never been a big John Wayne fan per se, but one of his
Mhm.
cop movies was on, and I watched the first like 10 minutes of that, and I shut it off. Was it
Right.
Brubaker? Or one of some movies? Is that the name of one of those cop
That sounds
movies?
familiar.
And he's
Yeah, it
like
sounds
70 when they made it, or
John
something.
McHugh or something like that,
Oh,
or
McHugh was one of
yeah,
them,
yeah,
but this one
yeah,
was or Brannigan maybe. It was Brannigan. What did I just say? Brubaker,
mm,
No,
yeah,
Brubaker's Robert Redford, I think. Anyway, and I thought, yeah, John Wayne is a cop. I like the 70s. I like to
yeah.
see that. But then, he's getting kind of old. So,
Mhm. Yeah, Brubaker was a Robert Redford film.
yeah.
Yeah,
See, I remember that.
yeah, yeah.
I hope to see this thing in the theater in June.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah,
I better stay well so
Daniel
I can get
saying,
into it.
yeah, Daniel saying there's over 500,000 films made since 1888.
Oh, Love Story. I saw that once. A friend of mine liked that. Like, oh, come on with that. I forget what. Not because it's a love story. I just thought it wasn't much. I'm like, what's the big deal about this? I don't know.
Being in love means never having to say you're sorry.
Yeah, why am I always saying it then? Oh, I love Butch Cassidy. That's what I mean. Like, I'd rather watch Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid another 10 times,
Mm,
It's just the way it
mm.
is, you know?
Oh yeah. That's a great. You know what? I'm
Oh,
gonna go with "There Will Be Blood" over "Gangs of New York." Two really good performances, or I should say, two great performances from Daniel Day Lewis. But Daniel Day Lewis's performance in "There Will Be Blood" is the greatest performance since De Niro's Raging Bull, in my humble opinion. There you go.
well, I like to see them guys as cops. Like, even Chuck Heston gets to be a
Yeah.
cop in, like, Two
Yeah.
Minute Warning.
Yeah. You know what? To be honest with you, I passed on that one. Maybe I should go back and watch it, but that movie did not appeal to me in any way, shape, or form. Now, the guy that did Slumdog Millionaire, he's got a movie coming up called Monkey Man, which looks fantastic. Great action fighting movie that I cannot wait to see.
Oh, is
Actually,
that the story of when Mickey Dolenz met the Beatles when they would.
yes, yes, Monkey Man, yes, yes,
Listen,
absolutely.
I remember it being dumb too, and Ali McGraw was annoying as hell if I remember in that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
I think this. Come on with this stuff, will you? Uh, yeah.
I think it's just a joke everybody plays with each other.
And like, there's
Yeah,
an example. Like Stagecoach is a great
yeah,
movie. I never seen it though.
yeah.
It's like certain things, Grapes of Wrath. I mean, there's certain things, I've never seen it, but gotta see these things, huh? Uh,
What did I say? VH fan. Totally forgot.
yeah, that's the thing that happens. Yeah, it's
Uh,
funny because I haven't seen the movie. I'm gonna say I saw it in like 1981 or two or something, and I remember
mhm.
that about her being annoyed with her or something about her. Yeah,
I thought she was great in Getaway with Steve McQueen. I mean, that was the film they were filming when she left. What's his name? The head of Paramount Studios. I'm forgetting Robert Evans.
like There Will Be Blood. Yeah. Oh, come on, this come up all the time too. How many times do I gotta say I don't understand the big deal about it? These two movies, There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men. You gotta be kidding, Best
Fantastic.
Picture.
They're great,
Really?
friendo.
God. Like I said, all I remember about it is I liked Javier Bardem. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah,
He was a
yeah.
good villainy guy. I remember something about a coin. Am I right?
Mhm. Yeah,
I
there
remember
was a
something about
coin.
passing a
Yep.
suitcase to a vent.
Yep.
And I remember
Yep.
something about the
Yep.
ending was about the ending.
Mm,
Who's the guy,
mm.
the famous actor at the end was sitting there?
Tommy Lee Jones
Tommy
or
Lee
Woody
Jones.
Harrelson.
And that's
Yeah,
all I
Woody
remember
Harrelson's in
about it.
it.
But
Yeah.
it didn't do, mm.
Grapes is great.
Oh, you never seen Grapes of Wrath? Yes, I have. He's like, yeah. John Carradine's in there. I know that.
True.
Yeah. I don't know what this is. Are you serious about this? What is this?
Bootnicks? Boatnicks?
You never know with Chauncey
Mm,
Phillips.
mm.
Yeah. A story too. I bet yeah, Ali McGraw's not in it. No, it's called
Yeah.
Ryan's. Isn't it called Ryan's Story? I think it's or whatever the guy's name. Oliver's Story. Oliver. I'm talking to Ryan O'Neal. Oliver's Story. That's the sequel.
I don't
Funny
know.
how this stuff's in
All I
your
know
head.
is it did. Yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, that movie really helped save the Paramount Studios. That and the Godfather, one and two.
Hmm. No, I never did. Actually, not me.
Oh, there's a nice set of you know what in that film,
Purple
Purple Rain.
Rain.
Yes, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh, the Boatniks Disney film.
Uh,
Okay, now I know it's a real thing. Oh, we got Dead Space here.
Now this album, I just can't take it.
Wow.
Actually, you know what? I mean, Daniel Bean there, The Kid Stays in Pictures, the documentary, because we keep getting asked what our favorite documentary is. And I just remember the one truly love and makes me tear up every time I watch it is that Mr. Rogers documentary
Oh,
that came out, was I think like, 6, 7 years ago now. Oh my God. Every time I watch it, I just bawl. Um, and I want to watch it again soon. It's been a while since I watched it, but man, was that so good.
yeah. I gave the Maltese Falcon a try once. I didn't understand it. I admit it. And then I
Mm,
bought it again recently on $4 used Blu-ray. So maybe I'll give it another shot.
mm.
Okay, I know this exactly how it goes. It's enough to make a grown man cry. Help me clean up. If you know, if I had any sense, I'd walk out on you. Well, it's a good thing you haven't any sense. It certainly is. If they're arguing back and forth. Anyway, yeah, the boat next there, huh? I ain't never seen. Oh, he's asking Tom. Well, you just talk to Tom, Oliver. I'll just sit out.
Oh my God, what have I done? No, I just that last scene, with Alec Guinness falling on the designator or how do you pronounce that? The detonator, to blow up
Sure.
yeah, thank you, to blow up that bridge. Fantastic. The whole movie's great.
Yeah.
Now listen, now that That is fantastic. I am not the biggest Nightmare on Elm Street fan, but that Never Sleep Again, I actually own it, and I think it is one of the best making of documentaries of a whole series out there. Never Sleep Again. If you are just a small fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street series, watch that documentary.
I've seen bits of that. I've never seen the whole thing. Would want to. Do I have six more copies of Press? I only own one that I know of,
Mm.
and that's enough. I'm gonna have to do. I was asked to
Mm.
do a driving range show in a couple of weeks,
Oh
three
yeah,
weeks,
yeah.
and I got to get brushed up on that again.
I was keep
Uh,
meaning to do one, but
I don't want to be the only guy putting it down though.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay, I haven't seen that one. Well,
yeah.
don't assume, Oliver. I mean,
Well, no, I think he might
you
have heard me
know.
say I've never seen it.
Oh,
I definitely
okay,
haven't.
okay. Yeah.
And why would I want to? Besides the
Now,
fact that
come
it's
on, man.
popular. Like this, I wouldn't have watched this thing, Mother Lode, if it wasn't for Charlton Heston being in it. That's the reason I watched it.
Well, I mean, that's a good point. I mean, believe me, as if everybody out there knows that Robert De Niro is my favorite actor. But hey, over these last 24 years, I mean, he has done some bad stuff, and I've watched all of them.
Yeah.
So
We're not
just
talking
because he's
about
my
this
favorite
again,
actor. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
I've seen Cannibal Holocaust, or at least some of it, and I'm
Mhm.
not for that of just killing your animals for real and stuff like that, or pulling the shell off a gigantic turtle's back, real life. No, I am not into that. But I shouldn't even mention it, but that's what's in the. So a friend of mine had it. I feel like we've had these same questions, right, one after the other. I mean, somebody asked about this one as well. I thought.
Yeah, it's Ken Russell, but he just mentioned it at the bottom. But I haven't seen that one available anywhere. Um, I mean, maybe you can see it on Amazon Prime, I wonder, but no, I really haven't had any interest in seeing it. No, I haven't seen that one, but look, I mean, she probably had a body double.
No, I haven't seen it. I want to make sure that, well, I see it, but Rathbone better have a substantial role.
Mm. Now, you want to talk about We're No Angels? We're Only Angels, or okay,
Uh,
never mind. I was thinking of something else.
there's probably lots of great films I've seen that.
Oh, I'm sure.
How about Dracula, Prisoner of Frankenstein? No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to think of a crazy title. There's got to be some, but I don't know. Have you ever seen? I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head. But I could.
But it's got to be considered great, though. I mean,
How
not
about
great by
Shane?
your standards. Shane, I love Shane.
Oh, Shane sucked.
Oh, Shane is
I know it
fantastic.
because it's
Shane,
over. Like The Search is another overrated
Shane,
one. God.
I
How,
love you, Shane.
how about
Come
Shane? Have you
back.
seen? Have you saw Shane? I said Shane. How about the one I just said? The Searchers.
Searchers, yes, I own the
Yeah, that's
Searchers.
another one.
Come
Man, I
on.
got
Yeah, of
another
course.
one. I'm not afraid to say I don't like something. Not everything has to be
Oh,
great
same
because they say
here.
it is.
Yeah.
Like, what's the big damn deal about it, man? Nothing. How about Gone with the Wind?
How about it? I've seen it.
Do you like it?
I enjoy it. I don't
Uh,
love it, but I enjoy it.
uh, I can't think of the because you probably went through the whole list, right, of films at one point, greatest films and all that.
Oh yeah,
Oh, then what am I doing that
AFI
for?
100 greatest, yeah, the AFI, yeah, I've done shit. I did that 35 years ago or 30 years ago, whenever that aired.
So I really
Moment by
I
moment, yeah,
don't
yeah,
be used to
the
moment
movie
by
he did,
moment.
yeah, the movie he did after Grease, yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. Tom seems to watch all the greatest
Yeah.
movies. Yeah, see, this is the only danger we have of doing this show, because he's
What?
seen all these things that
Yeah.
I haven't seen. But if we ever
Oh.
do obscure movies like Love from a Stranger and stuff like that, or old
Well,
stuff,
I think we both don't get no. Now hold on. Now we both have seen plenty of obscure films, but you tend to go to the more the horror side of the obscure films.
yeah, but it's
I
not all
yeah,
horror.
you know, I've seen tons of obscure films, and we can maybe do a list one day of the obscure
Uh-huh.
films that we've seen. We were just talking about the orgy of the dead, not too long ago.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that sucks.
yeah. Oh, get it, Joe. Uh,
Mm, what the hell is this?
mm. Oh, Solo. Yeah, it's an Italian film. It's one of the most disgusting films
I've
you'll.
seen Italian
I mean, it's.
films. Give me a break.
I know you've seen
I'm
Italian
talking to
films,
him.
but
Talking to
this.
him.
But this. This is just. It's a rough watch.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
It's
rough
a rough
Italian
watch.
horror
Yeah.
films. How's that?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
help me, Lord. We're gonna talk about a Magic Christian again. Yeah, I'm not interested in all. I'm not just gonna see them because I don't. Well, some of.
Yeah.
I mean, that's stupid. Well, I'm sorry. Like that one when there was no movies out. I always mention that Birdman or something. What the hell was so
Oh,
great
Birdman, I
about that
think is
movie?
fantastic.
Oh, come on.
Michael Keaton was fantastic in that film.
I don't think anybody remembers it. That's another thing. Things don't linger too much anymore.
And I'm not saying, I mean, yes, I have seen a ton of Oscar nominated stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best stuff to watch. I mean, I love films, a lot of films that haven't got
But
nominated for
again,
an
if this,
Academy
like, folks,
Award.
like I said, this is getting near
Yeah,
the end of our show, so I don't want to go off
yeah,
this way. But don't
yeah,
again, I make no claims here on this channel to be a
yeah,
completist or seen every movie ever made, or
yeah,
to to be a enthusiast or an expert.
yeah,
I don't. That's not what it's about. It's why it was just going to be a genre channel originally.
right.
And I've named lots of things anyway during this that I talked to Mark Azzaro. I've talked to Adventures of Robin Hood. I've seen a lot of things.
Yes.
Oh, all right, let's do it. Yeah, I like James Bond. I'm just tired of James Bond now. I'm done. I'm pretty done. So tired of James Bond. I didn't see the last two. I didn't see Spectre or No Time to
Yeah.
Die or whatever it's called. And I got them right
Well,
on the shelves
listen,
inside.
yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe you should just watch it, get it over with. But I think what am I? The Bond as a character, as a film series, I think it should just die. I mean,
I mean, what?
if they can't carry on Bond the way he was originally written, and then all the guys want to be him, all the girls want to be with him, type of thing, then why continue that series if you
I
can't do that
agree.
anymore?
I agree.
You
He's got to
know?
be a little chauvinist too.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's not James Bond. It's some other new character.
yeah.
Uh,
Mm.
yeah, a lot of Ringo stuff with here.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's funny because that sometimes that happens. Anyways, but
I mean, I'm
yeah,
sitting here waiting. I'm
you
waiting.
know, well,
What
with the
people?
mark the yeah. The,
Is this a joke where people keep mentioning this every show? You think? What?
Well, I don't know. How long has Martin been? Martin, how long have you been joining
Well,
this live
well, I don't know
stream
if it's
with
him or
Joe?
somebody else. I told you
Yeah.
I don't know where I put the damn things.
Mm,
I'm getting
yeah.
worried about where did I put these things. I got the whole set for cheap.
Yeah.
Probably, it's probably buried here under all these shirts. Wait, what's this I just found? Oh, I found stuff under here. It's probably buried. 'Cause you know how many things there are to watch that I got? Do you have any
Yeah.
idea? Hundreds, literally.
I believe it.
I think he's doing this though. Well, actually, Carter maybe not has been here before. I do like
Mm.
Tarantino. He's the best rip-off artist director ever. He's the best copy
He's a
paste
great.
man.
He's a great knicker, just like John Lennon.
Yep. And Paul, although Paul hides it a little bit.
Paul hide it.
Yeah, you wait and see. One day it'll even out, baby. One day soon it'll even out. Gonna take some time.
Uh, it'll take a little time. It's going to take a time. Uh,
Some of those things that would get me. Oh, John was starting to come into his own and write mature stuff.
yeah.
Get out of here, you.
That's Tony DeMaio. He's a
Well, I was talking about
youngster.
Andy and then Tony D as well. Whatever he
Oh,
said.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Then we got into this thing about. I said, well,
Yeah. So,
I said at the time,
yeah.
John wanted to write about family. That's where his head was at
Family.
the time.
He
And
was
then
like, well, Paul was the first to write
then he
about
goes, yeah,
family.
Paul did it first, as if I was trying to say that John was innovative. I didn't mean he was innovative. I just meant that was where his head was at. I was going to turn around. I don't want to make a fight out of
Right.
that thing. I was going to turn around
Right.
and say, yeah, well, John was the first one to work with his wife.
Right.
Okay, and Paul stole that idea.
Yeah.
You want me to start saying that? No, I didn't say that. But anyway. Oh, I'm not gonna watch Breaking Bad. I'm not. I got freaking The Fugitive here. I've got freaking Beretta. I got other stuff I gotta get to. I got all the Superman serials. I'm not gonna go out and buy Breaking Bad when it's something from the 2000s.
Uh,
I mean, I got other things I gotta watch. Is my room like Oscar's? Well, right now it is. No, that's not that bad, but
Joe ain't got that much time left, guys. Guys and girls.
Look. I don't know why people always react funny to that, but it's true. It's just the law. I didn't make the rules of law.
Yeah.
Life of time, father time. I drink your blood. You ever see that one? And I eat your skin is the sequel.
Well, I drink your milkshake.
Ugh,
Think you know what that's from?
no, but I forget what that one is about. Isn't that one with rabies? Aren't there like I drink your blood is about the rabies burgers or something? There's rabies in them, hamburgers or something, something like that. Best 80s movie. We have this the other day too.
Raging Bull.
Oh no. We disagree on a lot of
Raging
movies.
Bull.
Great movies. One of the most
Raging Bull
overrated
is
movies of
by
all time.
far, the greatest film of the 1980s. Raging Bull.
Nah. I'd pick Night Shift before that. I'd pick Scarface before that. I'm trying to think of the 80s. After Hours, Fright Night, Tootsie. Tootsie's one of them. Go Tootsie, go. Getting close to the end of our show.
Was that considered woke before there was woke?
I think this. I'm beginning to think this is Tim Allen because he's asking
No.
deliberately all the. No, whoever this is asking all the typical questions.
Yeah.
So I think I get it.
Yeah.
Was that before
Yeah.
what political? I missed what we were saying. But you were political. What did you say?
No, I mean, I'm just saying. Do you think Tootsie would be woke before? I mean, if there was a such thing as woke back
you
then,
couldn't do it anymore.
I mean, you could.
And I was watching. I was
movie.
watching. Even Some Like It Hot. That's another one that's not as great as everybody says it is. It's all right, but put it this way, it was I'm sure it was great at the time.
Oh, I think it's a fantastic film.
Yeah.
You saw Tootsie. You said you saw Tootsie at the theater, right?
Yeah.
In the theater.
Sometimes that has a lot to do with it too. I mean, I don't just mean because of the theater experience, nostalgia, time. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that. How come they could make that? Yeah, that's all that needs to be said
Mm,
about that. Yes, this stuff started in the '90s. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, White Chicks I think is the '90s. The one that's the Wayne brothers, I think.
yeah.
Mm,
Oh, jeez,
yeah.
classic line.
That's right. It is a
Right,
classic
right up
line.
there would come up. See me sometime.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
Uh, no, I think that's where you're wrong because I think that
Yeah.
these you can still make fun of fat people. That's one thing that never goes out of style. It's always
Uh,
the last refuge of the bigot.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that line. I like that show, Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I don't think that that's funny at all. That line when he
Eh,
says that, don't think it's
I
funny.
mean, for the first couple times, I think it is, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
And I'm really tired of that show. I've been tired of that show the last couple of seasons, and I haven't
Mm,
seen the new season yet. But I always get them once they come on Blu-ray or DVD. I just buy every season. I don't have HBO, whatever it's on. So I just say
yeah.
when it comes out, I'll get it, and that's it. And I mean, you tell me because I don't think they've ever. Have they ever been in anything that you think really is good
Yeah.
together?
Well, I mean, okay, it depends on the material. The first movie that they did together, I mean, Heat, but they didn't have a lot of scenes together. I mean, that restaurant scene is fantastic, but then the next film that they did together, Righteous Kill, was god awful. But then when they did The Irishman, I think that was, I mean, great script, great dialogue, and I think they worked well together. Yeah. So I guess it just depends on the material.
Well, this show was fast. It was fun and fast, and it's over because
Holy shit.
we do 90 minutes usually. We
Yeah.
could do longer, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, this has been a fun as usual, and I always like the way they're going lately. So,
Yeah.
also helps to have some stuff watched to talk
Yeah,
about.
guys out there, do some homework. Watch some obscure stuff. Watch some stuff that's not an IP, an existing film series, or watch something. Just watch something offbeat. Give something a chance, whether it's from the '60s or from whatever decade, and then let us know next week if you watch something that wasn't on your radar, and let us know. Maybe we have seen it too.
You'll have to watch the show back, Matchstick Man, for that
Yeah,
answer because it was already asked. But
yeah.
seriously, we're gonna go now. Thanks, Tom, as usual. Thanks,
Joe,
everybody.
thanks for having me.
Oh, it's all
Had a
great.
great
Looking forward
time.
to the next
Yeah.
one. You're going to have a
Yeah.
topic for next movie talk? No, you have one on your channel, Apple Pitts topic. Okay? Uh, he keeps on trying to tell me how to run
Yeah,
my show. I'm doing that half in
mm,
jest. I know you mean well.
yeah.
The thing is, we like this general thing. Okay, talk to you soon, everybody. Cheers.